Are you struggling to find manga to read? Yeah? What the fuck? Who are you? Don't worry, me. It's you. I'm here to help you stop reading that same manga that you've already read 5 times that's in your hands. This guy? I mean, I've been kind of enjoying it. You can kind of get something new every time that you read from it. Don't lie to me, man. I know what you're thinking. You know that, right? Like, I know you don't even enjoy that book that much. To be honest, I know you just grabbed this book for the bit, and, like, you've never actually fully read that book. Hey, me, what are you doing? Why do you expose me like that on my own video? What is this? This is a real trippy therapy session I'm going on. I just want you to experience good books, man. I want you to find some manga that people have not heard about yet. So just sit back, relax, and listen to me tell you about all the new manga that you should be reading right now. I mean, all right, I'll take the bait. I'll go for this. Let's see what's going on with this. I mean, let's get rid of this guy. Even for the bit, I couldn't throw this book as hard as I wanted to. Like, I wanted to check something, but my heart wouldn't let me. That's totally a party foul in any manga collector or anime lover's life. So, just like me said, I'm going to be telling you guys about 5 manga that you guys haven't heard of that you guys need to be reading today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It means a lot, and it lets me know that you guys enjoy this type of content. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoy me staring into your soul. We're starting with number 5, called Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. This story follows Sasaki, a middle-aged worker who just works a normal job, and every day after work or around the times he's able to, he goes to a market to meet somebody that kind of lightens up his life and makes him feel better about everything and his dreadful day-to-day life that he's going through, called Yamada. Well, one day he misses Yamada's shift, and to his sadness and dismay, he ends up finding somebody else called Tayama, and she invites him to the back. They just smoke cigarettes together and have a chill, relaxing time, and he's able to let off some steam and relax for the day. But little does he know that Tayama is actually Yamada as well. Only he doesn't realize that. There's 2 sides to the Yamada who's in front of the supermarket, who puts on a fake smile and doesn't seem to be the real person. He's in love with the idea of like this forever eternally happy person that brings him peace, and the real Tayama, who is smoking in the back, a little bit less smiley and a little bit more real. Now, this is a really cool slice of life series that is also a rom-com of Sasaki coming back to see this person that lightens up his life and adds a little bit of sunshine in his life, and meeting the other side, who is the more real side of her, and these two learning to bond and not intentionally knowing that they're coming closer together and learning more about each other, but it seems they both have a connection, and they both have kind of grown to enjoy each other's company and really enjoy each other's time. It's a really nice, easygoing series. It's a cool rom-com with a nice, interesting premise of it, of not knowing that Yamada is also Tayama. It's just a fun little series that you go in for. You get a chapter or 2 in every little now and then just to relax and kick off some steam, and it's a really nice, relaxing time. I really recommend it. I really enjoy both these characters. It's a really fun dynamic between these two. The art is good, not anything crazy, but you're really coming there for the story and the heartwarming moments of this series. It really touches the heart. It really just helps melt away the stress of the day, like Sasaki is going to the store for. Anyway, that's number 5. We're gonna get on to number 4. For number 4, we're gonna get into Daemons of the Shadow Realm. Now, this series may be familiar, you guys, maybe not, but the person who created this series is someone you're definitely familiar with, and that is Hiromu Arakawa. And if you don't know what that name is right off the bat, maybe just ask Edward Elric or one of the Elric brothers. That's right, this is the same creator of Full Metal Alchemist. Now, the story follows Yuru, who's in this very old-timey village. It seems like they're very far back in the past, only for one day this all to come crumbling down with a bunch of helicopters and modern age technology coming in, seeming to be coming to try to get Yuru, and that's because his sister Asa, who he thought was trapped in a cage his whole life for some strange reason, actually wasn't. She escaped and is now coming back to rescue him because they had this interesting dynamic. When they come together, they're gonna have this major power to do something to the world. I don't exactly know yet. I've only finished the first volume of this, but I am loving it so far. I love this series. It basically follows Yuru and all these other characters who are able to control things called daemons, which are basically spirits, and it's kind of just like an adult Pokemon in a little bit of a way. And so far from what I've read from this is really, really good. Seeing that it's by Hiramo Arakawa, it really made me very hopeful for this series, and it did not disappoint me. The art is exactly what you'd expect from something like Full Metal Alchemist or Silver Spoon, which is also a series that she's worked on. It is a great series. It is really fun so far. I love the premise. The characters are good so far. I'm not going to say they're the best right now because obviously I've only read one volume. It'd be a lie to act like I know like all these characters down the line. But so far, they're all really entertaining. The art's really good. The story's cool as hell. I love that. The action and the fights are really amazing, just like you'd expect from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist, and is a good continuation from something like Full Metal Alchemist. So if you love your Full Metal Alchemist, you're gonna love Daemons of the Shadow Realm. It's a lot more action-y. The characters of the spirits are really cool so far. You've only got to see a couple of them, but basically Euros has 2 like lightning spirits, and it's freaking awesome to watch them like destroy helicopters and like decimate everybody in their way. It's really awesome to watch. And the story itself is really cool of Asa coming back from out of nowhere. He thought she was trapped in a cage for some reason. That's because the elders of the village lied to him and told him that. It's a very weird strategy. He was never allowed to like interact with her because it was actually a daemon that was pretending to be his sister. It's a really messed up thing to do. They were doing it to protect him, but God, it's kind of like, it's really messed up. I don't know. It's just an odd way of going about it for me. And this series is just on top of everything, really, really well done all around. Now we're gonna get on to number 3. If you've been on this channel, I tend to repeat a couple series out there that are a little bit lesser known that I really try to push for, and this is one of them. I was on this series before it even got translated into English legally. That's how into the series I am, and that is Shadow House by Samoto. This series is one of the coolest mystery series that I've ever read. It basically follows Emilico, who is what is known as a living doll, and what her purpose is to serve the Shadow family and act as the face for Emilico. They're both named the same thing because they're supposed to be mirrors of each other, the exact same type of body structure, as they all look the exact same, only one's a shadow, one's not. And this series is one of the best mystery series that I have ever read. It is really interesting to try to see what's going on in this Shadow House, what's truly underneath this mansion that's surrounded by rich people where you literally can't see what they're even thinking about. And why are living dolls the way they are? Are they really dolls? Like, I mean, let's be honest, it's probably not. It seems that they're human, but it's getting all disguised, and there's so many mysteries on top, and it's so fun to uncover this series and get to see how it's unfolding. It's so entertaining. It's one of the best mystery series out there. The art in the series is amazing. I love the art. It is really, really well done. Everything's really clear and unique. All the characters look unique, and they're all really different and well shelled out so far from all the characters that I've been able to see, and everything in this series comes together really well. The pacing is really nice. The story as it unfolds, it keeps you entertained, it keeps you plugged in, it keeps you wanting to go to the next page. And following the story of Emilico, who is a really lovable character and really easy to want to see her go on this journey of just how naive and stupid she is at some points, did not really realize some things are not the way they should be. And then at certain points, there's just like out of nowhere, just like horrifying pictures that leave me up at night. This thing, this is what you see over your bed when you have sleep paralysis. Like, I don't ever want to remember that this thing exists. It's in my nightmares for my life. But if you like your mystery series, you will love this series. I promise you that. But we're going to get into number 2 now. For number 2, we're going to get into a Shonen Jump Manga Plus series, which is something you can read on the app right now for free, all the chapters, and that is something called Kindergarten Wars. Now, this series follows Rita, who is one of the best assassins ever. It gives a little bit of Sakamoto vibes, but instead of Sakamoto settling down with a family, Rita is actually looking for a boyfriend. That's her eternal purpose in life, pretty much. She's looking for a hot guy to date. And, well, on the outside, it seems very vapid. There's a lot more to this series that unfolds with all the other characters, and even Rita herself as the series unfolds and progresses. It's a very funny comedy action series where Rita gets captured and she basically gets sentenced to protect a bunch of the elite's kindergarten kids and teach them, but as well as protect them from assassins, because assassins want to kill rich people's kids. And so she's basically super overpowered, but she gets all flustered and everything goes out the window when somebody attractive appears, only to find out that they're not her type or they're some type of bad person, and she ends up just murking them like right off the second. And then we get to unfold with these other characters like Doug Senpai and Hana, who also helps out the series so much. Now, the art is really cool. Like I said with Sakamoto, it does at times give Sakamoto vibes with the way the art is drawn, but the characters are all so cool. They're not the most unique drawn. Doug and Hana are kind of basic, and to be honest, so is Rita. But some of the other supporting cast, like the principal and vice principal, all look freaking awesome. Like, they're such funny looking characters. Like, especially the vice principal specifically. Like, I can't get over that dude. Like, I just read that chapter recently where I first got to meet him, and I can't get over it. It's so good. I love this series. It's so nice and funny and really easy to follow along with and continue going. The action's really entertaining. It's fun to watch all these giant over-the-top assassination battles and like giant all-out brawls and wars basically unfold in a kindergarten classroom and sometimes outside of it. And the way the characters all work together really are awesome. When you end up with a love triangle where Doug likes Rita, but Hana likes Doug, and then it just ends up in all these shenanigans of these guys who never really know what love truly means, trying to figure out what that is, and like getting all flustered like little children. It's so funny to watch, and it's really heartwarming at the end of the day. It's really innocent in the way that all these stories are unfolded. Well, on top of this, having these really brutal and gory over the top like action scenes, it's really an interesting dynamic and a really good back and forth between the way the story's atmospheres are portrayed at times. It's really cool. All the characters are fun, and it's really interesting to see how this story continues. If you're a fan of Sakamoto Family, you will like Kindergarten Wars. It is really good. I promise you. This will be a big series. I am calling that right now. Next up, we're going to get on to the number one. For number one, we're going to get into a series called To My Dearest Self with Malice and Aforethought. Now, I don't remember if I've ever talked about this on the channel before. I freaking love this series. If you like mystery drama series, like I said, Shadow House was one of the best. This might be the best, at least in my opinion. And it, again, I get a little bit of recency bias in me. I'm not gonna lie, but it's one of the best series. So basically, it follows Eiji-kun, who is just your normal everyday college student, only to one day wake up 3 days later and not know what happened in those 3 days. Only he goes from someone who's single to someone with a girlfriend, got in a fight, and somehow also involved with a gang. He doesn't know how this happened. He has to now unfold the things in his life and go trace back to figure out what's going on in his life. Now, there's something else in this twist, and I'm going to give you another interesting twist. It's not that far into the series, but we also find out that Eiji-kun has an interesting father. His father is a serial killer who was convicted and killed. And now this throws a real wrench into what's going on with all these gangs and other stuff, because it seems like his other side is a little bit of devious guy. I would personally never know about a devious, personality disorder type of situation. That could never be me. No way. How did you get out of the basement? Oh shit, it's that fucking gun. Yeah, thinks he can lock me in the basement, can he? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'd run too if he could. What's up, asshats? My name's Subs. Do you guys not remember me? It's probably been like a good 2 years, and yeah, he locked me in a fucking basement. That really pissed me off, I'll tell you that. And I don't know why he did that. I'm clearly the best part of this channel. He's just a loser. He's not that entertaining either. So I got out, and I'm back, okay? So everyone can get over themselves. The best in the room is finally back. And we're going to be continuing talking about this series, because if anyone knows what it's like to be trapped inside a body or inside someone's house, because we're not the same person, okay? We're not. Don't get all on me of this metaphysical shit. We're not the same person, okay? Now, I can understand what Eiji-kun is going through, being trapped with some other idiot who keeps trying to not let you get out and not let you be your true self. I'm not a fan of it. But what Eiji goes through, it's completely understandable. I'd be freaking out too, and I do freak out several times, and I wake up in cold sweats at night. This series, as it unfolds, is one of the coolest and epic unravelings of a mystery thriller drama series that I have ever personally read. It is really, really cool. All the characters are super badass and super well thought out and written. All the characters have secret little paths that go on, and every little person has a dynamic and a motive behind them that is just not some vapid, shallow thing or just something that's really stupid. It's really, really cool, and it is so entertaining to watch this story unfold. What's going on with Eiji-kun? What happened with his dad? Is his dad as bad as he says he is? Is Eiji-kun who he really says he is? And like, there's so many different questions that you get to find out as this series unravels, all well with some of the best art that I've ever read in a manga. It is some of the best drawings and some of the best faces that I've seen in manga. It is so entertaining, and sometimes it can get kind of brutal. I'm not gonna lie, it does get kind of like gory. There's some fucked up murder stuff that goes on in here. Like, if you're not into like the whole murder thing, you're not gonna like it. But if you can stand it, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. It's one of the coolest series to ever come out. I just can't stop like gawking about it because it's amazing. Yes, at times it will get a little cliche. I will give it that. It does get a little cliche at times, but the story progresses so well. It's so entertaining, and it's something that I 100% recommend all of you guys out there to read. And now, also, I need you guys to make sure that Dubs never comes back. I don't know how we can do this. I'll get a sub chant or something like that. Leave in the comments down below who's better. You've seen me for 5 minutes and you already know that I'm the better one. It's okay. You can be honest. He's gonna have his feelings hurt, but it's okay. I'm gonna put him in the cellar and we'll get more of me then, because I'm tired of being silenced. I will be silenced no more. I got opinions and I got anger, and I'm gonna be using both of those. So that's what I gotta think. What do you guys think about the top 5 manga that I have told you guys about? Do you guys agree with it? You guys disagree with it? I don't really care, because I'm always right. Anyway, see ya.